Alright, so we're going to do a quick video on some of our sweet potato experiments that we've been doing. So we have a lot of sweet potatoes going. So this bed right here was the first, these are the first sweet potatoes we planted. So we bought, I think, these 3 little 3-inch pots where I think somebody had started some slips and we put these in. These didn't do a lot for maybe a month and a half, and then they just started to go crazy. So there's like a papaya in there, which is actually doing pretty well, but the sweet potatoes have just kind of overgrown that. So this was the first. That was the first planting. And the second planting was right here. So this guy was another. We bought this on the same day, and this guy was an Okinawan sweet potato, I think. And so that he's actually bounced back and forth. This bed isn't doing particularly well, or it's kind of inconsistent, but that was the next one we bought. So after that, we started experimenting with actually just making our own slips. So I'm going to show that in a second, but just taking sweet potatoes, letting them sprout out, and then growing the slips, and then taking them out and planting them. So this was another, these are maybe 5 or 6. This is a tiny one right here. So this is in that same kind of like not fantastic bed. But next we planted a handful more slips here, and so basically in this area. So this is something else. What is this? This is cassava. So this is cassava, that's cassava, but that's another bed of sweet potatoes, which we just took the slips, planted the slips straight in the soil. So I think this is the newest one, and this is kind of what some of them have looked like before they've really taken off. They get really red and not super happy, but this was an experiment. This was just, all I did here was I took a bunch of mulch that wasn't even well broken down and just piled the mulch and then just stuck slips right in it. So as bad as this I think looks right now, let me show you a bed that looked like this and then how that transformed. Well, and this is a bit different. Let's show this real quick. This was actually a starter bed. So I took 2 full sweet potatoes and stuck them in. So one went right in here. You can see it, it's still right there. That's what the sweet potato looked like. So I stuck that in, and then I stuck another one in right in there. And for weeks, I was just pulling off these rooted slips and sticking them in different places. So this was sort of like that was like the nursery bed. So from that nursery bed, this was an example of one where this looked really red. It didn't look very good for a while, and then all of a sudden it just kind of exploded with growth and looked really healthy, really happy. And then this one is the truest example of just planting straight in mulch. There's nothing here except for this is just mulch. So what I want to do today is do another experiment, because this is looking pretty good in this mulch. The only other thing I added is, I want to be full disclosure, I did add some composted cow manure to this, which I spread on top, and then all of the beds have been getting fed by compost tea, either chicken compost tea or cow compost tea. So here is a sweet potato, and what I did with this is it started to sprout and we were going to try to eat it, but it had gotten like a really thick skin on it, and we figured it wasn't going to be good to eat. So I cut it into pieces, and I've let this harden off for a few days. So this is sort of
calloused.
Yeah, calloused over, thanks. So, and you can see that this one doesn't have any sprouts, but we'll deal with it. But there's a bunch of little sprouts coming off that. There's a ton off this, and there's a few off this. So what I want to do is, I watched a YouTube video of a guy, I think it's UK Grow or something, and he was talking about growing potatoes in buckets and how it yields better than in the ground. So what I want to do is I'm going to take a big, I think this is a 7-gallon bucket. I'm going to fill this with straight mulch. This is just mulch that I get from the city for free. Pick it up a couple loads a week. And this pile has probably been sitting here in the rain for 2 months maybe. So it's not totally broken down. It's definitely no longer hot, but I also think we've just been getting a ton of rain. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to plant this guy right in the middle because I think this guy's going to send out a ton of new slips. So I'm just going to plant him in there. This is going to be pretty quick and fast. And then I'm going to plant all the purple sprouting sides up. And that's about it. So I will leave this, I guess for now I'll leave it right there. And the only thing that I'm going to do with this, is feed it with just compost tea to the chicken, or if I get worm, compost, but it'll just be fed with compost tea once every 2 weeks. Okay, thanks.